guys, TinaGale here with Creative Scrappers today, and this is the sketch for September that you can play along with. And then I'm using the Jelly Bean Soup Mushroom Medley collection, and this came in August 2016 Scrap Room kit. So I had this paper here that was this crosscut of the tree, and when I saw it, I really wanted to cut it all apart, cut the rings apart and stuff, and play with it somehow with some stitching. So when I saw this sketch, I knew that it was perfect. I could go ahead and use it. And then I also had this cut apart sheet with all the little squares, and that was going to go in well with the sketch. So I went and I found just a single photo of my son that just had a small little story to tell, and decided that was perfect. I just, it was just a one photo layout, and so I just got started. So what I did was, where the large green or the thick green lines were, I cut up against those, and then I cut away on the inside up to the small line so that there was a gap between the sections that I had cut apart. Then I laid them out on my page the way that I wanted them, and I just sketched with a pencil in the center of that gap. And I'm going to go back and pierce holes so that I can hand stitch, and I just took some green embroidery floss and hand stitched where I drew those lines so that they would stand out between those sections that I had cut. The whole time that I was cutting this apart, I was just praying that it was going to turn out as well as what I thought in my head. Sometimes you have these great ideas and you go to execute them and then they're horrible. But I'm really happy with how it turned out. So here I have it all stitched out, and I'm going to adhere all the pieces down. So I went ahead and cut some of the white cardstock down and matted it onto another piece of the Jelly Bean Soup paper. I felt like, since there was so much white showing, that I really wanted just a little bit of frame, and so this little triangle background piece was perfect for it. So the very outside ring, I just adhered straight to the page, but then this center ring, I used my foam tape and popped it up, and the center I'm going to use just some fun foam and put on it to pop it up just a little bit more than even the center. So that's going to help with all of that dimension that I'm trying to get going between the stitching and cutting all the different pieces apart. And it seems like a lot of work. It took me a while to do the stitching and stuff, but it really wasn't too bad because the rest of it went fairly quickly, because all of the work was in this background. So the rest was just simply putting these pre-printed squares on from the cut apart sheets and my photo, and then just a few little embellishments. It didn't need a whole lot of embellishments because there was so much detail into the background. So I chose these two cut aparts here with the little fox and then the one that says "Let's go on an adventure." When you look at the sketch, the title and the journaling was across those. So I felt like it was going to work okay, and then I just add my journaling onto the crosscut of the tree later on at the end. But I did go ahead and cut my photo down a little bit and matted it onto another one of the cut aparts. I felt like it just needed a little bit, and I wanted to carry that orange all the way across. There's orange in that title block as well as the fox, and so I went ahead and framed my photo. So for the embellishments, I had the alphabet sticker sheet from Jelly Bean Soup, as well as some of the little bits from that same collection that I'm just going to decorate the page with. So I just pop dotted some of it up. It had this little bumblebee, so I thought that was kind of cute, and I couldn't resist using the little beaver. And there were these cross cuts. They were on the sticker sheet as well as the little printed die cuts. So I used the one that had the brown with the red heart. I thought that was really sweet. So I just pulled him out from the photo and then used one of the blue ones, and I pop dotted it up and then put that little beaver on top of it. And then I'm going to add a couple of little hearts over there. And I picked out the mushrooms and the flowers to decorate the other two little spots. And I had this arrow on here, and I move it around quite a bit trying to decide, because I thought about adding an official title somewhere down there, and I thought about pointing it towards the journaling, and It ends up off to the side in between the photo and the center block, and I'll add a little heart on there, but decided not to go with an official title, just decided to stick with the Let's Go On Adventure. Because the journaling on this is all about my son, and when he was this age, actually his entire life, he's just a little guy on the go, and it was impossible to go anywhere with him because he was so curious and just wanted into everything and wanted to know about everything. And so I had discovered that if I would put him in the little stroller and kind of strap him in, he was still inquisitive and all of that, but I could contain him just a little bit more. And just occasionally I could kind of walk him until he would doze off. But if you stopped or anything, he was right back awake. So that's all this story is going to be about, is just how it was always an adventure to go anywhere with him, because he was just so active and inquisitive, and his only saving grace was he was always such a happy, happy little boy, and his incredible little smile would just melt your heart. So I just thought this little collection was perfect to document that, and the colors went well with his little outfit and the pops of red. So I added just one of the strips of stickers to the bottom and to the top of the layout, and then added another one that said today. And I'm just kind of adding little embellishments. I just wanted something to the top and the bottom since everything was so central, and I just wanted to kind of pull it on down to the bottom of the page. So I added some of the heart stickers, and then I'm going to add a little label here. And I ended up adding that one heart sticker on top of that arrow, and then now is when I go ahead and move it over and decide to just add my journaling right down here onto the crosscut of the tree. And I add in, for some of the words in the journaling, these word stickers that are on this sheet. I'm really trying to learn to look at those and use them up. I love them, but it seems like I don't use them up like I should. I usually have a lot left over, so I'm really trying to pay attention, and a lot of them fit right in with the journaling that I wanted to do, but I did go ahead and cut them down where there wasn't such extra cardstock on the ends of them so that I'd have room for all of my journaling. And then I'm going to go ahead and use my journaling pen to go around the outside paper of the layout like I have been, and I actually even go and trace around the cut apart sheets that I did, and I trace around some of the mushrooms and the animals, just to give them a little bit more definition, and that little speech bubble with the fox. It was just blank where I could have written the date or something like that in it, but it had this sticker that says "You are our greatest adventure," and I really loved that, and so I just pop dotted it up, and so that just gave a little bit more interest to that center of that layout and stuff, having that pop dotted up, and just a little bit more to the journaling. So that's pretty much going to finish it. I'm going to add some enamel dots as well around in the different embellishment clusters to kind of pop out more of that red and that orange. I wanted just a little bit more definition of it, and those brighter colors will pull your eye around the page. But that's going to be it. I'll have some still shots here at the end. Thanks so much for watching, and be sure to check out Creative Scrappers and their sketch for this month and play along with us, as well as the Scroom for the new kits coming in September. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon. Bye!